final round in the league. You get to play first. This is a nice keep. I like this hand. Do we transgress first, or do we anticipate first? I think we transgress, right? Because then we get to know what we want to anticipate. Makes sense. Blue, red. All right. What do we got? So we've got Colligan's Command. I think we're going to take... What is Colligan's Command? All the modes on that again? I got to read it. Get a creature back. Target player discards a card. Destroy an artifact. 2 damage to creature player. We're just going to take the Read the Bones. I can take commands. Makes us discard 1 card. He has to pay 3 mana. Oh, there is a Jace in there, though. I can ruin his path that. That's not a big deal. And then Jace. Okay, so let's exile the Read the Bones. Not let our opponent get value off of that. We'll kill Jace as soon as we see him. That should be nice. All right. Jace comes out. We're going to path it. If I were to draw a Grasp of Darkness, I would probably do that instead, just because there's, I don't know, fairly high probability there's some other Planeswalkers floating around in our opponent's deck. I don't exactly know what our opponent's deck is, but Jace is an expensive dude. Money-wise. Not mana-wise. My opponent asked, what did I take? So maybe they didn't realize that transgress exiles, I'm assuming. Oh, I guess I can ultimate price instead, huh? Well, let's do that. So I may have to anticipate for a land on my turn. We'll see. Alright, I'll ruin his path, that dude, though. There's still an unknown card in my opponent's hand? Maybe I forgot something here. Alright, well, looks like opponent's missing a land drop. Oh, never mind. Take it back. Alright, let's anticipate for a land here. Take Colligan's Command Us. I guess I'll discard a Languish. They can get their Jace back. Plus, make us discard. Which is probably what they're going to do. Makes sense. So we'll discard a Languish, like I said. And if I draw a land, it might be in my best interest to pieces and hope to find a 2-drop removal spell, but we do have 4 Grasp we could draw, but no ultimate price remaining. So we did get the land. I think I'm still just going to Languish. Makes better use of mana. Just gets this dude off the board. If he makes us discard, I guess I'll lose the pieces of the puzzle. My thinking is... yeah, so he's going to make us discard. I think I just lose pieces, because then if I draw a land, I basically have a... I get 7 Rise from the Tide dudes, which I think is worth it. 7 Rise from the Tides should be plenty. Opponent will have just... we don't know what's in opponent's hand other than a Ruinous Path and a Jace. So I believe they have 1 unknown still. But yeah, 7 zombies is pretty good still. I mean, that's a sizable army. So there's not a lot of bad draws we could have here. I always say that, and then I find the one draw that's bad. But I honestly can't. I can't think of a ton of bad draws there. So let's get this down. So yes, Ruinous Path and 3 unknowns currently in our opponent's hand. I may have forgotten to write something down, but I can't remember. Can scroll up, I guess, take a look again. Ruinous Path. Kalidas. That could be a problem. Ooh, Languish. Well, not perfect. So I attack with everything he blocks here. He doesn't block the other ones, so that means he takes 12, but he gains 3. So he takes 9. That's good enough. He also doesn't get a dude. Alright, so he takes 7 instead. I'm going to have to find removal for Kalidas, but I know it's in there somewhere. He's actually going to lose. No, he gets to turn Jason to a planeswalker, so that's pretty good for him, actually. I guess he only ends up taking, what is that, 5 then? So I guess he can copy Kolaghan's command, right? And make me discard the Languish, but can I beat a Kalitas? He has to -3 to do it. I guess so. Guess we make him do it. Jace Kolaghan's command gave me a world of trouble this game. Maybe I should have taken the Kolaghan's command instead of the Read the Bones, huh? So Kolaghan's command to make us discard our Languish and bring back a Jace? That'd be pretty good. For my opponent, not so good for me. Could also kill a zombie and make me discard. But I think he wants Jace back because his Jace is probably going to die. No, he's nuking and making us discard. Okay. All right. I'm okay with that. So just in case he has another Fiery Impulse or removal spell, maybe I should attack 3 zombies at Jace and 1 at my opponent. But the 1 at my opponent is going to be blocked by the Kalitas if he does have a removal spell. Because otherwise, if I just attack with 2, he can remove 1 and block the other. That's attacking Jace. So it seems better for me to not do it that way. I think I should assume my opponent's got... Oh, well, that's convenient. Sure. No biggie. No biggie. So we'll kill Jace. And... Wait a second. These are going at my opponent. These are going... Okay. Got it. So, opponent's got a Ruinous Path in hand. That is still the only known, right? Or they didn't already use it, or did they discard it? I don't think they did, though. I don't know what this came from, then. Maybe I should know. Oh, looted. So he doesn't have a Ruinous Path anymore. I see. That was a very timely Grasp of Darkness. Another Kalitas. Jeez. Maybe I'll rip another one. Actually, a Dark Petition off the top. We've got some real draws here. Wow. Opponent's not going to be happy about that one. Very good top deck for us. But like I said, if you think about the total number of top decks we have that are lethal there. We have 2 Dark Petitions, right? We had 3 Grasp of Darkness, so that's 5 cards out of 44. I guess that's not great odds. We didn't have a Ruinous Path we could have gotten. Even Pieces of the Puzzle would have dug towards Grasp of Darkness, so I feel like we had some legitimate draws there that were good. So I guess... So we know he's got Kalitas. We know he's got Jace. Kolaghan's command. Kolaghan's command was a problem against us. I probably want the Duresses. We want the Transgress because also Kolaghan's command. Ruinous Path is a way to deal with Jace and Kalidas. Languish seems okay, but probably worse than Ruinous Path, because once it turns into a Planeswalker, I'd like to be able to deal with it. We don't want Clash on the draw. Mind Rot, it seems okay. Not great. I could Obliteration Jace, but that's probably unnecessary. I don't think we need Grip of Desolation, although he is 3-color. Let's cut a couple Languishes and cut a couple Anticipates and go for a more hand disruption heavy build. Wait, do I want Negates? What does Negate stop? Stops Kolaghan's command. Let's go down to 1 Languish. I want all my spot removal, right? Silumgar's command still can deal with a Flip Jace or a non-Flip Jace. It does not deal with Kalidas. But being able to bounce Jace could be okay. Let's just do 2 Negates. Maybe 1 Silumgar's command. Actually, let's go back up to 3 Negates and just have 2 Ruinous Path. That's probably better. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, we'll keep this. Obviously, this hand could have some problems, but we draw a swamp or an island, and we're looking good. Duress makes sense. We've got a lot of gasoline here, though. It probably takes a hard Duress, I imagine. Maybe not. Maybe it takes one of our grasps. Does take our Duress. Okay. Can live with that. Uh-oh. All right. I imagine a negate, but maybe a grasp. Makes sense. It's all right. Opponent is feeding our Rise from the Tides, right? Hey, Sunken Hollow. I can't leave up negate, but we're gonna play Sunken Hollow. Opponent knows what we drew. It's all right. More important that we have double blue, double black on our next turn than whatever this is. All right. I mean, obviously I didn't want my opponent to resolve or read the bones, but I think there's still probably worse things my opponent could have resolved. Maybe not. Not on turn 3 at least, but it's not a huge deal. All right, we're going to actually play the Blighted Fen because our opponent doesn't know about the island yet. And we could draw another Choked Estuary, in which case the island's more valuable. Plus we can cast everything in our hand at this point. Although, no, I was going to say, next turn it doesn't matter. I can leave up Negate and Grasp anyway. Matches with this deck are so strange. It's just a bunch of like hand disruption wars, and then first to get card advantage typically wins. No play. All right. Well, we have a solid late game plan, so all right. Cletus, who we are going to kill. All right, Jace, who we're going to kill. All right. Well, we can use Blighted Fen too, I guess. So if he uses Kolaghan's command, I guess we negate it. The thing is, I could discard an island. Like, I can still deal with this Jace, right? I can grasp it again and save negate for like something worse, because we don't know what's on our opponent's hand. But I think we are going to negate. So we'll see what our opponent's got. If it's like a Chandra or something, we're in pretty big trouble. But lands are still valuable to us. So discarding a land plus using a land to kill Jace doesn't seem fantastic. Plus our opponent could rip another Duress or something. So let's just get rid of the high value 3-drop. We still have 3 Read the Bones, 4... I think we still have 2 Anticipate as well, right? Can't recall now. Transgress, that misses. That's good news. 2 cards left in our opponent's hand. We have Blighted Fen and Grasp of Darkness for our opponent's Wandering Fumarole. Languish. Well, there's our one of. We did take the rest out. I probably just use Blighted Fen, I guess. Maybe not. Hey, Read the Bones. That's a good draw. Let's use that. Or try to. Bottom those. Alright, let's transgress our opponent. See what we're dealing with here. Radiant Flames and Transgress. Okay. So we know our opponent's got still another Transgress in hand, and it can hit Languish at this point. And they know about our Grasp of Darkness because of their last Transgress. Alright, so they get our Languish, which is fine only because Languish isn't a big deal here anyway. And now our opponent has an unknown in hand. All right, we're going to grasp that. Because we still have Blighted Fen for the next one. All right, we're still trying to get lands, I guess. Doesn't make a big difference here, but we still have 2 Read the Bones and 4 pieces of the puzzle to draw, which is a lot of draw spells. As well as Dark Petition, which would just be super useful here. All right. Yeah, we want to anticipate in case of duress. We want to see what we're digging for here. All right, I guess we take duress. I mean, those cards wouldn't have been useful to draw anyway, so let's do duress. All right, Radiant Flames number 2 down. Still just some card draw away from feeling a lot better about this. All right, you know what? Negate is fine. I have Blighted Fen for Kalidas and Jace. I've got Negate for Kolaghan's Command, top decks. Which I hope my opponent waits on, now that we've drawn a counterspell. Because if they did draw it, then they definitely should regret that. Yeah. Now they're feeling some regret. We basically... They got greedy for that hand discard. They should have just... well, I guess you do kind of want to do that, don't you? It makes sense. We were just pretty lucky to draw the negate there. Ah, all right. He got his card draw before we did. And he... I don't know what he did, actually. Top and bottom. Okay. So... All right. Well, I guess I'd rather use Blighted Fen on Kalidas than on a Wandering Fumarole, so that's okay. All right, let's see if we transgress anything. Hey, Dark Dwellers, okay. Good. Still 4 pieces of the puzzle, 2 Read the Bones, 2 Dark Petitions, 2 Riseman Tides. So I think we're looking at 10 draws that are pretty good here. I mean, Fumarole's going to make some relatively quick work of us, but... Silumgar's Command is actually just fine, too. At least deals with Wandering Fumarole. Oh, no, he can switch it back, though. That's right. All right. I take it back. Can't deal with the Fumarole, because he can switch back as at will. Crush doesn't do much here. I have 10 mana, so I could technically cast Silumgar's command. No, I can't even cast it, can I? And crush. All right. Kind of an awkward back-to-back draw there. All right. So let's counter that and bounce this. Floating doesn't do much. All right. This brings us to lethal with Wandering Fumarole, so we better make this count here. Dark Petition. Yeah, we can leave both of these on top, actually. So I can Dark Petition now and grab a Grasp. And then I'll have 6 mana, which means I can pieces plus leave up Grasp. Guess we'll do that. Yeah. Do pieces. That's actually kind of nice. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Maybe nothing. Oh, well, that works. So we can deal with Fumarole. Still have both our Razzmatazz, right? Okay. I can anticipate into Crush as well, which isn't bad. All right, I can deal with that. That's nice too, actually. Why don't we just, he's got no cards left in hand. Why don't we anticipate plus Awaken the Ruinous Path? There's our Rise, so we'll take it. I mean, we could cast Rise now, but let's just Ruinous Path. And the nice thing is, Crush of Tentacles does not return Island to hand because it's a land permanent. So it's pieces because I want some counters. All right. Well, pretty happy negated that instead of our Razzmatides. Maybe I just want to keep this back in case of haste, actually. So let's cast Rise. I don't know what haste he could have. A Ruinous Path is my guess. But there's just no reason to attack if he's got Ruinous Path. Which he could. Although, if he has Ruinous Path, he just kills our dude anyway. Alright, so we ended up going 4-1. What was our entry fee for the league? I believe it was 8 or 80 play points. So we ended up paying 80 play points. We got 40 extra, which isn't bad. We got a QP and we got a booster. So all in all, not a bad payout for a friendly constructed league. I hope you enjoyed it. Going 4-1 with this deck is a good sign. If you guys think I should continue with the friendly league or move up to the competitive league, let me know. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this first league series with this deck. Really happy with this deck. It's a fun deck to play. We had a couple lucky top decks there for sure. But I don't think our opponent's decks were walks in the park, so it's really nice to see how well this deck performs against similar decks, right? Other hand disruption value decks. I'm really impressed with how good this deck can do, so hope you guys are too, and you're enjoying the series. We'll see you soon.